Well, there. Hello there, people. Uh, it's me again. Uh, Today I will be playing and talking about Dead by Daylight. And just to make sure there's uh, no confusion, I am not a newbie. I had a few other accounts on Epic and Xbox, but I wanted specific on Steam since I couldn't figure out how to make videos on uh, this on Epic and Xbox. So I bought Dead by Daylight on the anniversary sale since it was cheaper. Uh, I joined near Nemesis or when Nemesis released. Uh, and I specifically wanted to talk about a problem that lingers near this game that the developers are enabling and start exploiting, which will lead to this game's death that they cannot exactly come back from and will end up like VHS Society. I don't really remember, I didn't play that one, but uh, so you probably wonder what kind of problem is it? Well, it's simple. It's survivor bias. And yeah, I know it's not an original opinion, and I never claimed it to be an original opinion. Uh, but let's be honest, in I think 2 years, they've really tried their hardest to make the make the game easier for survivors. Perks that they don't really nerf or barely nerf. Uh, Killers getting nerfed to hell. Broken maps that enable them to exploit it for maximum for basically maximum advantage, and generally weak killers or recycled ones that they really don't have much. They have the exact same counterplay, just a bit different. Uh, and you will probably wonder, okay, is that it? Well, other than that, there's also the fact that they've basically made a circle of, well, content creators that they use as shield in order to keep some control, or I don't know, like control the narrative and basically make all the controversies less visible. Uh, and yeah, they've basically replaced Flag Whisperers with the creator program in order to have a better grip on whatever is happening to the game. Any underwhelming releases, any bugs, any this, any that. Basically, these big creators barely criticize behavior for whatever they are doing because they're on their payroll, and if they decide to revolt, uh, they're going to lose their benefits. And Dead by Daylight is basically all these big creators only thing that actually keeps them afloat, which is stupid if you aren't like a very big size, or unless you have a very diverse community of like multiple different things. Uh, so, uh, and the most recent example of behaviors uh, favoritism towards survivors is this new anniversary event which replaced the old one. In this one, basically survivors just get all the good stuff. They can go invisible, they can teleport, they can become invisible, which is not the same as invincible. They have uncommon sprint burst, and in general, uh, it's very strong. But the killers just get poison, and that's really it. Because apparently breaking pallets remotely uh, was too broken. Yeah, yes, that's it, huh? Too broken. Uh, the only thing that one of the few things that actually made the anniversary event a bit unique for killers just basically was scrapped because I really complained that it was too strong or something. Literally, there is no other reason why I think they would do where you would cancel it if it wasn't because people were complaining and there have been so many normies around that it's very likely that that's pretty much the reason why the previous anniversary event won't come back any longer. Okay, so why exactly is the behavior of prioritizing survivors? It's because, well, profits. Profits. Uh, survivors, for a match, you need 4 survivors for 1 killer, right? So that means there are more survivors because there there needs to be more of them for the match to exist. And because there's more of them, they buy more skins, which makes them more profits. Uh, and basically, I think that it. Uh, I don't really think they're that stupid, or maybe they are, but definitely this decision to make the killer role more submissive and generally more trash just proves that their intent is to make more money. And okay, listen, it's not really something to be surprised about. They're a company, but generally uh, it's a very asshole behavior to ironic, right? To basically lie to everyone's faces that oh we care about both sides while you don't really care about anything other than keeping the money or like making more money. So yeah, this is what I'm just upset about. I mean, I would be less upset if they just said it straight up to our faces. But never mind that. What's exactly the main problem with that? Well, let's be honest. If we don't do anything about the killer situation, behavior is going to continue at this practice of power creeping killers, underwhelming releases, etc. Just making the killer role more boring and more predictable, making the survivor stronger and stronger. It will lead to frustration. Killers will eventually just get bored or just get so annoyed that most of them will leave. And don't get me wrong, this game is already frustrating as it is. And like and listen, fuck. It's understandable why this is happening. Fuck. Wait. Shit, I got confused a bit there. Uh, but in general, eventually people will get killers will get so frustrated that eventually they will leave, and that will mean more longer queues and everything, and well, longer queues, less games. Survivors will also get just annoyed, and eventually they will also start leaving. It's classic. Uh, it's a classic example of short-term solution that will bite them in the ass. And for that, and for that, this game will just simply die. Like, it's not even objective. It's pretty much the truth. If you have something and you don't even like try to maintain it in long term, this game will die because people will get more frustrated. And when they get frustrated, they basically stop caring. And they will start to basically uh, uh, and yeah, basically that's that. People just will get frustrated, and well, that's really it. People will get frustrated, start leaving, and generally, this game will die. And if they won't get their shit together and act soon, this will just simply their doom. And behavior as a company will die because this was their lucky shot, okay? Okay? They generally don't have any other talents. This game has survived not because they're brilliant or that this game didn't survive because they care, but because they got licenses to make people want to play this game. Because if you have like a few of the most iconic because if you have like iconic wait what because well they just what I mean is they're basically surviving on licenses and nothing else, right? Basically, without the licenses, this game would die much quicker, and it is most likely that eventually that event and I mean uh, and like the licenses they are running out. And they will be eventually forced to like start making original content way way more. Or actually, I think that the reason as to why they're making making us wait much longer for killers is because they're basically running out of licenses to actually uh, well, that they are just basically running out of licenses to actually make con- make people continue to have interest in their game. I mean, they basically use well almost everything really. Jason is already here. Springer is already here. I mean, a lot of his horror icons are already here, and if they basically run out, they will be fucked way more than they already are. And yeah, so if behavior doesn't get their shit together, this game will die from lack of lack of care for the other side and for like short profits. This is the conclusion. I'm telling you. And yeah, if and they really have to make this decision. Do they just make Dead by Daylight till it dies, and then their company dies because uh, when killers will eventually leave, survivors will leave, and then the game will die? What's next? I mean, they don't really have any other games, and everything that they do now is just basically like uh, something titled Dead by Daylight. So yeah, it's either large short-term profits and the death of the game and the company, or genuinely uh, started to care for everything and genuinely just fixing the game and not being biased little bitches. So yeah, that's that. It's either this or nothing. And like, like they don't really have any other talents. This game will die. And they won't be really able to make anything else. And so yeah, they just either stop being uh, absolute shitheads and actually start caring about this game, because it's literally the only thing that this company has made that actually works. Barely. Well, that will be it. I hope you all have enjoyed the day or whatever. Bye.